Hi children, this is Naveen. Okay, I think you all are very much likes to play games, right? Yeah. For example, I will take you the some examples. If you want to become a good in sports, for example, I will take as athletic. Okay, if you want to become athletic, okay, you need what do you need? Yeah, first of all, you go and have to practice. So yeah, practice will makes you perfect. Then you need a coach, right? Yes, when we are saying that you need a coach, it's none other than we need some techniques to that. Of course, we need techniques also, right? Yeah, for techniques, the coach will be what he will make to you. So I think we can call as he is going to give a training to you. Yeah, training. When I am saying the last class, I was discussing you about here about the public administration. In that, I have discussed regarding the recruitment under that internal recruitment and the external recruitment. I have discussed here in the public. Coming to the chapter public administration, I am going to speak you here about training. Okay, what is the meaning of training when we say before this one? I can call as a training. Training is a continuous process. It is not an ending. It is a continuous process, I can say. So the efficiency of civil service personal depends. Here I am going to speak about only civil services and the government only. Okay, I'm not coming as an individual. The efficiency of civil service personal depends on the quality of the training received. So when I was saying that the efficiency of a civil service persons, that which is depends on that the quality, it is depends on the quality training received. What are the training they are receiving? According to that, the efficiency will be there. As a modern administrative functions are complex in nature, the personnel need to undergo proper training. So the personnel needs to go as a proper training to know how to manage, how to know and manage administrative functions. So why we need training here means to know what is going on, how I have to work and all, and manage the things, that is the administrative function. What are the administrative functions are there? How can we manage that? So this will be happens only through the proper training. The personnel can give necessary knowledge to perform. So I can give the personnel can give the necessary knowledge to perform. So the training will be help, or the training is the things knowledge to necessary knowledge to perform, that we can call as a training in here. So training has a special place in the public administration since challenges a challenge of managing the running complex technical works is a part of modern governance. The importance of training is increasing in the nowadays. Okay, training is a continuous process. So when I am saying the training, so training can be broadly classified and five types here. So how can we divide in the training in the five? That is the one the based on the method, duration, level of training, aim of training, institution providing training. So what are the, how can we classify the training? On the basis of the method, duration, level of training, aim of training, and institution providing the training. So in that, the first one we are going to discuss you here about the formal and informal training. The first classification of training, or the types of training, is a formal and informal training. Formal training is a training that is received by the employee with which is carefully planned in advance. So planned in advance is a planning is a nothing but it is a planning in advance only, right? When we have said the plan already I said planning in thinking in advance. So it is a formal training that receives by the employee which carefully, which already planned. Okay, this method provided under the supervision of the experts. So the experts will be there, they are the under the guidelines of them and under the supervision of them that has given. So the next one is the informal training. So it is, we can call as a OTJ, that is a OJT, not OTJ, OJT, that is on job training. So informal training is a training of the employee which gains while doing his duty. When he is getting his duty itself, he can make an employee receives the training during his day-to-day execution of the his duties. The second one I am going to make here, the second one types of the training is pre-service and post beginning of service training. Pre-service and post beginning of service training. So pre-service training prepares for the future employees of civil service, that is for the future employees who are getting for the next, and means it is in the future it will be taught. Post beginning service provide those who have been selected to specific post. So what is the difference? Means pre means that is we are thinking about the future, and post we are talking post beginning. The employees have been selected for the post. On the basis of that post they are going to get a training. This training aims at imparting better skills and efficiency. Next I am going to talk with you about short term and long term training. So short term and long term training. Short term training is a, we can say, as a 4 to 6 week duration. The duration is very less, okay, compared to the long term. It is we can say as a short term. For example, doctor selected to the Public Service Commission undergone 6 week training, that's the example. And long term training is a continuous in nature. Its duration would be 1 to 2 years. The duration is very long in here, that's the reason we are calling it is a long term. It is a nature duration is a very much high here, that is we can call by its duration is very long, that is we are calling here the duration is very long, okay. So that is, for example, the selected for all India service, example for this type of training here. Next we are going to talk about departmental and central institute trainings. Departmental and central institutes training. The training which will be provided by specific department for candidates selected for is called as a department training. For example, they have for example police I have taken here. The police training, it will be varies from the PC, SI or ACP, like that. So according to the department what we are taking, that is we are calling, can call as by the name of departmental training here. Training provided by central government institution is called as a central institute training. That is training provided by Lal Bahadur National Administrative Institute, that is in the Missouri. That is the departmental and the central institute training. The last but not least, that is a skill training and background training. Skill and background training. A training which is having the aiming increasing the skill of personnel is called skill training. So the skill training means here the training aiming at increasing the skill of personnel is called skill training. For example, I am a teacher. When I have to teach for you, I should be completing my teaching course, that is B.Ed or M.Ed or D.Ed, something else. That is training for high school teacher if you attain, that is B.Ed, Bachelor in Education, that is example. Training which that aims to providing general awareness. It is for the general awareness, that is a background training. General awareness, it is calling as a background training. For example, training provided by Mysuru Administrative Training Institute, that is we are calling as a background training. So this is about the training and the types of training. Next class I am going to speak about the UPSC and the KPSC, that is Union Public Service Commission, and the Karnataka Public Service Commission. I am going to talk with you. Thank you for watching video. Have a great day ahead. Stay tuned to GJS.